What's up, everyone? Now, this is the latest as far as my solar install update, so I'm just going to give y'all the latest, what's going on and what's happening. Also, I wanted to let y'all know that the podcast is gone. I'm going to do something else with that. I like the podcast. I like, coming up with topics and talking about them, but after a while, I was just kind of burnt out trying to do this all on my own. I didn't really have a co-host to help me sometimes. So I kind of stopped that for right now. So maybe eventually I'll get back to it, but right now it's done. But let's go on to the next thing as far as the solar install and the process that I'm. Well, first, I did the assessment of the site, as they say. Went up there, checked the roof, checked the panel board, all that stuff. So basically, my system's going to run me about 6.7, not 6 point, like 6 something kilowatts of power. You know, that's how much it's going to generate through the solar panels and everything else. Sounds like a lot for me. Like I remind y'all, like this is a small house. It's not really a big, humongous house. This is a row home, as they call them, and I don't really use that much as far as like overloads. Like I use my central air during the summer months, of course. I use space heaters from time to time to cover up the fact that the insulation in this house is terrible, and I'm working on that next. But I was like, cool. So I could kind of use like a hot plate if I want to, instead of using the stove and making all that mess over there. Use a little hot plate, clean up a little easier. Things like that. Space heaters. What else is toaster ovens? Refrigerators. My dryer is gas. Water heater's gas. So that ain't even on the low. So I was like, all right, cool. That sounds like a good amount of electrical power I'm going to be drawing in from these panels. Cool. Now I signed the purchase agreement, which was the other day. So now they got to get the permits and authorization to kind of plug into the utility companies, power grid, and go from there. I would like to say it take a month and a half. Hopefully it's just a month. But the sales advisor basically told me that it depends on the city and the company. Because they say they put their applications out quick, it's getting back to them to get the authorization to plug into the line, which takes time. Could be the Pico is like, oh no, we're losing the customer where we can't charge them as much. It's a possibility. Drag their feet. Totally an option. That's could be a long drawn out process, but I'm hoping to get the final install and everything up and running before the end of the year so I can get that tax credit. The sale advisor said to me that he sees it in January because of how, other companies and other people move. All right, cool. And I also asked him about battery down the line. Like right now, I'm just getting the official install of solar panels, microinverters, and what else that comes with it. Because at that, I can afford that at the price that they offered me. I can afford that. Cool. I can finance a battery down the line when everything starts to get settled, and if Pennsylvania gets to go away from the one net metering, definitely going to invest in a power storage battery. Cool. So we're at the process where paperwork's getting filed. Let's see how long it takes. I don't know. I'm hopefully it can get done before the end of the year, right? And the two options that they gave me for batteries were the Franklin WH and the Tesla Powerwall 3. The Franklin costs more. The Tesla Powerwall a little less. But I have a little issue, not with Tesla. It was the person that was running Tesla at the time. Some of the things he was saying during the presidential campaign. Don't agree with that, but I'll give it some time until I ponder what I'm going to do with that. But right now, we're just waiting for the next thing, I guess, is once they get the authorization, a start date. And they're not really drilling into my roof. They're using this cohesive stuff where they just plant it on the wall, stick it there, lay the lines down. So the job should take only a day for everything to get done. Not bad. It's probably like an 8-hour shift for them because they probably start at like 9 or even 8. And then during the course of that day, they should be done, because the way they described it to me, it's not going to be that extensive drilling, lining things up. It's a flat roof. They said they're going to use these stacks where they use this cohesive, stick them down, lay the lines down, panels on top, microinverter up right under it, and that's it. But there you have it. That's the latest as far as the solar panel install and everything. I'm gonna keep you informed with this. And anybody else who's invested in solar, leave a comment down below. Like, was your process long? Do you regret it? Which system did you go with? I want to know all that in the comment section. Thank you guys for checking this video. I hope you like it. Hit that like button if you did, and I'll see you next time.